Alright everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI. We just had a giant time jump of 5 years. We are now in, I guess it's present day, but everything's changed. Now you have a different move set. You know, now with Rama as part of your repertoire here, right? And, you know, we're going to continue on and see what happens. I don't know, after a 5 year time gap, you got to wonder, right? What exactly is going to happen? I have all these different ones. 20% bonus to healing is pretty good. What's this one? Charge your magic. I'm not. This sucks. Charge magic. I'm not going to use this. The auto charging of magic. I don't think that's going to be very good. What abilities do I have equipped? Gouge and Rook's Gambit. You know, I don't really like Gouge. I think I want to change that out to Wicked Wheel. I think I want to try Wicked Wheel and see if it's any good. And if that's the case, then I'm going to equip the item that's going to boost Wicked Wheel. Yeah. Increases damage by 10%. Let's do that. So we'll have that and we'll have that. Here we're going to have that, and yes, we definitely want the spin. And for Rama, we've got the ground pound and we've got this like lightning bolt. I think the ground pound would be good. I don't want the lightning bolt. What's the other move? Oh, he only has two. Never mind. Okay, I guess it is what it is. Alright, let's advance the plot. Who's this? Otto.
Ah, there you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sent his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Okay. The map room. That sounds new.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be.
So this used to be an airship?
And I'm sure she has her reasons.
Which is funny because Sid used to fly an airship in various iterations of Final Fantasy, and in this one he didn't. But now they're saying now you're in a gutted airship. And you're in the new Sid, essentially. The blimp, don't worry about nominating moments for any anniversary event. That's not happening yet. We'll worry about that come later this month, next month. Okay, Vivian? Who's Vivian?
I trust her.
Who the hell is this? New character.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you. Vivian Ninetails.
Ninetails? What is
I'll
this,
have you know that
Naruto?
only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To
Sure.
absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here?
Is she gonna recap what happened the 5 years that the time skip happened? I think she is, isn't she? Oh boy.
Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured,
Here we go.
recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army.
The world is one continent.
From there, The Holy Empire's reach spans the twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind.
But they haven't in 5 years, so what are they waiting for?
The Dhalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
In this Game of Thrones. That's totally not Game of Thrones or anything. Or inspired by it.
You were
in any
born
way.
into inside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even. Right.
A simple errand.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was adequate.
She wants me to bring a book to another room.
Historian.
You do realize I'm the protagonist of the game, right? Like, you can have this guy here. Like, who's this? This is like Joe Splamoni from, you know, down the street. Why don't you tell Joe, good old Joe, to bring the book over here? No, Clive has to do it. He's the lead character. Right? Like, I guess they don't care. It's the Spoony Bar, now known as the Lock and Lark Tongue. Will they keep changing the bard's name? Every section of the game is a different character now. Some children in a room full of books? That would never happen. Where's their smart devices? They play Roblox.
Norseman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time.
Harpocrates.
So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Of gods and men. No, on gods and men. How exciting. It's one of those, like,
Ready?
cheesy love romance
Our resident
novels.
scholar
Like a
devours
Fabio guy
books
on the cover.
faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same. But alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts.
Tarts.
That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head. But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less.
This is weird.
I'm sorry.
He's saying, hold on.
Please.
He's saying he told him to look for information on the creature from Drake's Head, which would have been that weird guy who was trying to basically, like, take you over or whatever, and then your brother stopped him, right? It's 5 years later. Did you just talk to him about this, or was he looking for 5 years and couldn't find anything? It's weird. He's talking like you just asked him, but they're implying that you've been here for a while. So, it's a little confusing.
Don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
I'm not too tired to go filching kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
We all know there's no such thing as Moogle.
That's right. Moogles don't exist. By the way, how's the volume sound, guys? Don't I need to up it all the way for this game? I think I do.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day.
Dabhand says, to be fair, this man is only searching for information between attempts to make the perfect lemon tart. So that's what it is. He's very distracted.
Get some rest while I can.
Oh, I see. It's not the perfect souffle. All right. Very exciting. All right, well. Wonder what the actual next real story element will be. I received a $1 tip. Oh, this is stupid. It's another troll. Ignore more bullshit. Just more bullshit. Ignore.
Not back a blink, and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
So Gav is still
Not
around.
stole us. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
Thank you to Choom Baguette for re-upping your membership. I know you were a member before. It looks like this is counting as a fresh one, meaning that had
Could
lapsed
Gav
and you're
have felt
re-upping it. Thank you
worthy
so
of a
much for that,
letter?
Choom Baguette. Appreciate that. Read Gav's letter.
Have you been to the toll? I hear a new shipment's just...
This is the treasures thing, which you're going to update over the course of the game. Wall of memories. Okay. So here's Gav's letter. At the reading table. The Republic's play. The Republican army marches on the Empire at Twinside, and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing, I reckon, and I'll see you're done to wear upon my return, Gav. All right. Very exciting.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance.
A
The one
chance!
we've been waiting for.
Our chance for a last dance with Lance
Look
Vance.
how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
It's called the plot.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
Right.
And every burden I cannot bear.
By
falls
the way,
to you.
was she not, like, British/European earlier in the game, and now her face is clearly Asian?
This
Like her
mission of
facial
ours has
structure.
made me
It's like they
question
changed her
everything I
ethnicity
thought
during
I
the
knew.
game.
But one thing has become abundantly
Or am I
clear.
wrong? Is she not Asian, but they just
Crystals
drew her really
take
weird in the
more
game? Like,
than they give.
it's so odd. What is
In
she?
exchange for momentary comfort.
Right? Because she has a face like
We
Tifa,
must
and
endure
Tifa is
a
Asian.
lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss.
But she
Now?
looked different when she was younger.
Now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know.
Oh my god.
But
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
he did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima.
So they're calling that thing Ultima. Which is weird because Ultima was always a spell in previous Final Fantasy games,
If
not an
Joshua is still
entity.
alive, he'll be looking for that.
There were things about like Ultima Weapon, but that wasn't
thing.
Ultima.
Do you think he will ever come back?
So they haven't seen him since
I know
then.
he will. And we must be ready when he does.
Do you think gameplay will come back? Oh, yes, and we must be ready when it does. Must be on our toes. Not sleeping.
To a world without mother crystals.
It's the crystal thing. Well, it's actually the Final Fantasy Classic thing, not the crystal thing.
That's it.
Mmm, this Prime Energy drink's delicious. Only the finest of disgusting chemicals and food coloring. Mmm. Really? Dabhan says there's a whole subreddit made about Jill's race. It's definitely two separate races at times. It's done to please both Western and Eastern markets. So I called, I hit it right on the head.
I knew that the blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace.
No one can figure out
This.
what she is. That's funny.
This is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more.
So Joshua grew up even more. So why is he called Margrace? And where did he come from? Who is this attendant? We have no answers yet.
The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother. Are our efforts in vain?
Tell me why. There we go.
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
Are you drinking that shitty drink again?
Yeah.
God damn it, I told you to stop buying it and supporting shitty
Anyway.
YouTubers.
I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
Hold on, I didn't finish my drink. I gotta chug this.
What would make
I need
Martha
to piss
leave
yellow,
the rest?
or excuse me, I need to piss red later, so let me get it. Or is it green? It makes you piss, I can't remember. We're going this way? We're going this way. No, I'm not. Look at the balcony that goes to nowhere. It's a really useful door. Alright. Speak with Otto. I just love speaking with people for hours on end. It's my favorite thing to do in life. Especially in a video game. Talkable fantasy. Final Fantasy 16. Oh, brother. Okay, Otto, what's up? Is
What do
anything
we know,
happening
Otto?
at all?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
Who the hell's Martha?
You think this was planned?
We don't know yet.
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip around the Duchy's balls.
The Duchy's
They've
balls?
strung
You
up
like
everyone
talking about
who's
them and
ever
feeling
set
them?
eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing.
Who is Martha?
If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses.
Alright, let's save some arses.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Alright, where are we going? Find the curse breakers. Okay. Alright, is that it for here? Do we leave? Caulk and ball? Cock and Ball. The name of the side mission is Cock and Ball. No, they've got to be fucking with us now. The name of the side mission is Cock and Ball? What the fuck is that? This has got to be a joke. You're fucking with me, man. Cock and Ball? What the fuck? Yeah, it's a fully immersive world, all right. Yeah. The world of cock and balls. This has got to be a joke. No, come on. Great, let's hear about him. Excuse me.
Welcome back, Sid.
Could you tell me all about your cock and ball? Oh my.
Damn blighted bilge. Is everything all right?
Oh, it's an old cock and ball.
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry will keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so, assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
So he really needs caulk to ball up and put into the holes in his ship. Do you not think they purposefully named this mission Cock and Ball? I mean, come on. It was probably written by Mo Lester with inspiration from Seymour Butts.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens, I once heard the thorny pictures of...
Thank you, Shell Con Artist, for re-upping your membership. He says, I came back at the best possible moment. I guess so. I can just talk right over this guy, because literally not a word he says is meaningful in any way. You could literally have him saying...
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest.
See, I'm doing it right now. It's exactly the same. There's no difference. Zero difference. Okay, I guess we leave. Cock and ball. So, we get the cock and ball here in the 3 reads. For the story, they want us to go to Martha's Rest. I guess we're just going to go to Martha's Rest. I don't feel like playing with cock and ball today. I'll save that for another day. Oh my! You can't make this shit up, man. You really can't. So by the way, the last time we were here, this place was completely infested with troops. We killed them all, but we were never allowed to loot. There were actually like chests and stuff around, but we didn't get to loot any of them because the troops. We just had to keep fighting, and they wouldn't let us loot anything. So I'm wondering, is the loot still around? Take a quick look around and see if anything's here for us to like interact with. Chests or anything here? Let's look.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Who the fuck are you? Vendor, merchant. Merchant of Venice.
Anything catch your eye?
Yeah, all the old shit you're selling that I don't need. Look at this. He's selling other old fucking piece of junk. I'm maxed on pretty much everything, except elixirs, but I'm not going to waste 10,000.
Well.
I'm assuming we're going to pick up elixirs during the course of the game. There's no reason to drop 10,000 gil on one. So are those chests still around? Because I remember distinctly there were chests while we were fighting all the enemies here. But they didn't let you loot them. You couldn't. They wouldn't let you do it at all because the enemies kept coming. And I was like, oh, I gotta remember to go back later and loot. But can you loot now, or are all the chests gone?
No, I didn't.
Here we go. Here's the chest. A goblin coin. How nice of someone to take a goblin's currency and put it inside that chest for us. Goblin coin. Anything else around here? There's 2 entrances. We went to each one. I don't really see anything else, right? Oh. Okay. I got a forevermore roll? Orchestration roll? So is that one of the soundtrack pieces? That's the first one we found, if that's the case. Those are expensive to buy, so maybe that was a good find. I don't know. That is. Steal some cabbage. Oh my god, you might have some tonberries hiding in the cabbage. Chop your legs right off, man. Those are kneecappers. Alright. See what's in here.
Let's get you to a physical, shall we?
Choppy frame rate. Thank you, Shao Con Artist, for returning and re-upping your membership. 25 months. I appreciate that, man.
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials descended like a storm.
I think it should be emphasized. So I was late for stream today because I had an interruption, a personal matter going on that I had to take care of. When I was gone, this stream was dead. All it was going was playing music and had the pre-roll like slides. We had over 280 viewers. Now that I started playing the game for the last 20-some minutes, we have 270 viewers. We had more viewers when I was not playing this game. Okay.
Almost spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey, sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards.
The boss!
Sid and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go...
Uh-oh. Oh,
one
no.
of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling.
Oh, great.
I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Dark clouds gather. I and this ambiguously ethnicity woman will go and save the day.
Right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire.
Nothing up here.
The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Alright. This way? This way. Do we leave? No. It's gonna be out here. Okay. Gladenmond Abbey. Gladenmond.
They've killed my parent.
They called themselves our
look
country.
sharp. Arr. See sharp? Oh, it's unblocked now. This was blocked, and now it just got unblocked magically when we got the quest. How nice. Well, guys, thanks for chilling with me. Thanks for being patient, first of all, for the gameplay portion of the stream to start. I appreciate that. Thanks for chilling with me. It would be great if you enjoy the content, if you could support the stream, regardless if the game is good or not. You know. I would appreciate if you could give the stream a like today. Perhaps consider, you know, a super chat or a membership or a gifted membership or a tip. All would be greatly appreciated. Thank you in advance to anyone who does support the stream in some way. I completely missed. Forgot about limit break. Forgot I even had it. Oh, you can do this out of combat? I didn't even know he could do that stab out of combat. Cock and ball. I can't believe they actually call the mission cock and ball. I can't get over it.
Look. Up ahead. Martha. Are you hurt?
That's Martha.
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds.
Zombies!
Poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so.
Yeah, just have the injured woman go back by herself with no defense and no help. That sounds like a good plan. Don Fanucci is the most forgettable characters of all time. Certainly the NPCs that they have involved in these quests aren't very exciting. Let's put it that way.
There's only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
What do you target things? L1. Oh, okay, it's L1. So these chocobos don't aggro to you. Okay. I thought they did, but they don't. Chumaged did a super chat says, man, I hope they don't make Dragon Quest 12 like this. Yeah, it's weird because they were saying with Dragon Quest 12, they're saying that it's going to be more mature and more adult and more serious themes. I'm like, what does that mean exactly? Like, I'm not so sure that that's something that I'm going to be interested in. If it plays like this, it's Game of Thrones. If it's Game of Thrones, you know, Dragon Quest. I don't know, man.
There might still be someone inside.
I really like Dragon Quest 11. I hope they don't change it too much, honestly. Oh God, they're all dead. Thank you, Choom Baguette, for the super chat. Appreciate that.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them.
That bitch!
Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law.
Such
to dwell
the
in
law.
Darkness that we may purge the night and
Say
welcome
blah blah blah
lasting
blah
dawn.
blah 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 blah.
On these are
Blah
swords
blah blah
and
blah blah
swear.
blah blah blah.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
Potion for my axe. I wanted to sick the dog. Horrible. Instead, I said I completely screwed up. Oh! Enemy slain. Very good. Valley Matter and Rewrite. I'm sure I'll be using these constantly. Just like the first 15 hours.
Is that all of them?
I think so.
Double M, if you want my opinions on this game, you should definitely check out the last 2 days of podcast where I talked about it at length. I don't really want to reiterate myself for the millionth time and have someone yell at me and say that I'm basically being overly negative. But, you know. We'll see what happens today.
He may still be alive.
Alive. He may be alive. Hey, Abbey! You alive, Abbey? Hey, Abbey! Well, these guys are all dead. I want to go and look for loot, but there's just dead bodies. It's quite depressing. Hey, Abbey! You alright? Fucking Abbott and Costello joke in a Final Fantasy game. That's pretty bad. Oh.
The abbot.
He's dead.
The bearers died protecting him.
They turned to ash.
Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
What? He's not dead. Oh, who is this? That's not the abbot. This is one of them. Remember, their bodies turn into the element they're using?
We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true.
You didn't kill them all? What kind of defense are you? You suck. Oh, I'm dying. You still suck.
The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid, where are you? Sid!
In here. We found a survivor.
Clive,
No, you didn't. He's dead.
he's gone.
Amazing. I received a tip. I'd like to shout it out, but we have to wait. You know what? Fuck this. I received a $5 tip from Canadian Kirk. It says the game is clearly influenced directly by Game of Thrones. Can I ask who is your favorite character in Game of Thrones? I mean, I think everyone agrees it was Tyrion Lannister, right? I mean, he's the best character in the whole show by far, like by a country mile. He's well written. He's exciting. He's interesting. He's a villain at one moment. He's a hero the next. You know, he's a great character. Everyone agrees. No one even disagrees. There's no one on the planet that disagrees. In fact, I would argue he's the only good character in Game of Thrones. All the other characters suck. Only Tyrion.
We've laid
The Hound is the best. The Hound sucks my ass.
But the bears, they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Arthur said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the Abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix jump. The currents there are swift. If the Abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Alright. Prioritize the quest. The skinhead eunuch was the best? You mean milk of the puppy? Would you like some milk of the puppy? I love the milk of the puppy. Thank you. That's right. The Hound was the guy with the burned face, right? The brother of the mountain, always treated like shit. He's a depressing ass story. And then doesn't he die like a good guy at the end? Like he's not really a good guy, but he dies at the end protecting what's her name? I forget. It's been so long since I read the books. Little finger. Ooh, is that what I think it is? Yes, it is. Ahriman, rank C. Okay, there's a bounty for this thing. Notorious Mark.
You think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
Rebirth for you, motherfucker. Cast Doom on me. He's trying to kill me with damage over or instant death over time. I don't know if it works though. Amazing. Notorious Mark slain. Ahriman. That was a very well-known fight in Final Fantasy. Various different versions of that. It's been a boss sometimes. It's been a rare enemy sometimes. It's been in many different Final Fantasy games.
You didn't see that coming.
Goodbye, Ahriman. And now you are Araday. It looks like a flying demonic Pac-Man or something, right? It's weird cast Doom, but was it gonna kill me? Because Doom is supposed to be if you don't win in a certain amount of turns, you just instantly die. But I don't actually think that's what it did, right? Okay. Scatter the remains. All right.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
Have you not been with her the whole time? How would she know anything you don't?
We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Oh, really? Carlton Jr. says it was that circle that we were seeing during the fight, and if I didn't exit the circle, there was a chance of instant death. Yeah, Double M says he has a rare insta-kill if another streamer he saw got killed by it. So that was Doom. It's just that I got out of the circle because it was pretty obvious not to stand in it, and I didn't die because of it. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Gothic Max says, Joe, we have more exposition about the world soon. I know. It's been like several dozen seconds since we had some more exposition about the world. Well, she made it.
Survived, then.
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones.
Big
Those
swords,
Imperials
big
think
cock
they
and
can come in
balls.
here again and threaten my people. They're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
Alright, what's next? Black blood, traded for Gil. I don't really need Gil, but okay. So where's my next mission? Not here? No. Can I go to the world map from here then? Open world map. Okay. We're going back to the hideaway. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, this mission with the plus. Apparently the side missions that have a plus are very important to do. That's what I've been told. And this is actually the first one we're coming across. This one's called The White-Winged Wonder. Let's actually check this one out. Since people are adamant that these plus symbol side quests are important, let's actually check out the very first one and see what it is.
Try not to move. You'll only make it worse.
Carlton Jr. says this game has a weird problem. There's main missions that should be side quests. Maybe it's a way to pad. It would be a solid side quest, but kind of annoying as a main mission, like what we just did. Huh.
You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing.
Okay.
Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? Because a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
To save the chocobos.
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travelers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos. Fighting bandits.
Is everything you're going to say be a question? That's stupid.
Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday.
Footpads? Only yesterday?
They're back.
They're
Looking
back?
to settle the score.
Oh?
Go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
Fine.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock.
Okay,
Say,
so let's
don't
just go
worry.
find them.
Good.
Enough of your small talk. Since I was told these are important, I'm going to do this one, and we'll see if it really helps out or not. Maybe it actually leads to a good reward. I mean, there's a totally different kind of symbol on it, so maybe it does mean that it leads to some kind of a different outcome or reward.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo.
This invisible wall. Nice invisible wall. What's going on here? Scorpions? Scorpion. Feather.
A white feather.
White chocobos are the ones that restore your
Ambrosia
MP
was one of a kind.
in previous Final Fantasy games.
Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
Follow the birds. Follow that bird. Anyone remember that movie, Follow That Bird? Very sad movie. I cried every time I saw it. No exaggeration. I'm not even kidding. They take Big Bird. They kidnap Big Bird. They lock him up. Big Bird from Sesame Street. They lock him up.
Down without a fight.
All right, and they paint him blue, and they put him as part of a circus. And all he does, he stands there and he cries about how sad he is that he was captured and he wants to go home, but they won't let him go home. It makes you cry every time. It's like Niagara Falls,
Got
man.
you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Does everyone just talk to the wild animals they're about to kill for sport? You speak with them like a conversation? Is that commonplace? I don't know. I've never been hunting.
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
I know, Carlton Jr., the movie is dark. It's a dark-ass movie, and it's super sad. And, like, I remember, like, in the... I saw it. I might have seen it in the movies when I was a kid, actually, if I'm remembering. I remember, like, crying my eyes out. And everyone did. Like, all the kids cried during this movie. Everyone was like, dude, this is super fucking depressing and shit. Why is this the Sesame Street movie? Oh, I forgot I had this ability. I forgot all about that ability. Come on, land, idiot.
To me, boy.
I can't dodge right now. I'm trying.
I'm hurt, Toggle.
Huntsman, who we've already fought a million times. It's the same as the Goblin, it's the same as the other guy, same fucking enemy a million times. Got him. There we go. All right, steel silk and another gill bug. How exciting. The fucking thing's gonna come talk to you.
You're safe now.
Thank you, brave warrior. Appreciate you protecting us. I bestow upon you the power of the chocobo race. Here it is.
You know her, boy.
Oh, it's a piece of chocobo poop. Thank you. I throw this at my enemies. Appreciate it.
That scar.
Scar on the eye. Oh my god, it's the chocobo that protected him at the beginning of the game. Yes, it is.
Ambrosia.
It's you, Ambrosia. Oh my god, it's Ambrosia. From the beginning of the game, of course.
You. You survived.
Amazing. And this is your harem, apparently. Apparently you live with a bunch of other chocobos who serve you as handmaidens. Oh, nice. Very nice.
I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Very nice. Very exciting. Hopefully we get something good out of it. I don't know what we're going to get, but since it had the symbol, I said, let's give it a shot. It was a pretty easy mission. Now let's see what our reward is.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's
So will this be a
mount.
chocobo we can ride?
No, I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are.
Nah.
Bird like her would have cost a princely
choker
son.
shake.
You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
Quit.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight.
I don't care what you do with the lads in the stables. It doesn't
Stay
concern
right
me.
where you are.
Where's he going? What's he doing? What's going on? Why did we fade to black? Oh, we got a saddle. A choka saddle. And a harness. What do they call that? A bridle? And an eye patch. Isn't that kind of insulting? I mean, the chocobo lived without the eye for so long. Why does it need an eye patch now? It's fine.
How much do I owe you?
A few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry. We'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No, that can't be right. That fellow was a
You don't
bearer.
see the scar on his
Must have been
face
my
from where
double.
he had the tattoo. It's so
Must
easy
have
to
been,
see it.
eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am.
I don't get it. How does no one
Pay me
see
no
that?
mind. Anyhow.
It's like I said
Go
earlier,
away.
what's the point of getting the tattoo,
Good
the
luck
bearer
to the
tattoo
both of
removed
you.
if you have a scar that looks just like the bearer tattoo and everyone can tell you had it? It doesn't seem to make much sense.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
Okay. Quest complete. Cool. I received a $5 tip. Thank you so much. From Captain Kirk. Or excuse me. Yeah, Captain Kirk. He didn't say Canadian Kirk this time. What was your favorite Final Fantasy game? Personally, I like 7, 8, 10, to an extent 13. Because the mind-blowing graphics. Seems like real-time action fighting system prevents them from pulling off those level of graphics in this one. Sigh. I mean, the classics are the best for me, and the two that I played first were 4 and 6, which were called 2 and 3 in the United States. So those will forever remain my favorites. Although last year I did replay Final Fantasy VII, the original, and I actually really liked it for the gameplay elements and certain story elements. I do still think it's one of the weaker stories, but I really enjoyed it, you know, playing it from a modern perspective, and I kind of appreciated it a lot more than when I had originally played it, you know, back in the day. So, Ambrosia Attack. So this is to be displayed in Clive's chamber. So this is one of those things, I guess, for his, you know, his room. And we also unlocked the chocobo. So how do we ride the chocobo? Hold right, R3.
Ready, go?
All right, when you ride alone. Ride Ambrosia for the first time. And so Jill also gets a chocobo that she gets to ride. Okay. Alright, so how fast? It says gallop is R2.
Faster.
Whoa, okay. So now you're turboing. If you hold it, you gallop. You can rein in with L2.
Whoa.
There's rein in. So it's either full speed or really slow. Like, look how slow this is, see? Or full speed is, like, really fast. Okay. Where are we going for the story, by the way? Nowhere. We're leaving. Well, then let's leave. Cool, we got the chocobo, guys. So that was worth it. If I see any more side quests with a plus, I'll do them. That's what I've been clued in on, what the important side quests are. I will do them. Final Fantasy XII was good but underrated. I bought it. I played it. I didn't like the story. I got bored. I went out into the open world and grinded for 20 hours. Massively over-leveled. Went back to the story, still hated it, and never finished it. So I actually don't know the story. I don't really remember it. It was so long ago when it came out. I would have to replay it in a modern day and see if I like it now. But I didn't like it back then. I thought the story was, like, abysmally boring. Okay, Gav. What does Gav have to say?
Ah, Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
He's drunk.
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
He's already drunk.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first.
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise
I think the
of
chat's
unlimited
dead again, by
land
the
and
way.
the world supply
It's
of
been happening all
crystals
day. I
was
don't know
too
what's
much for
going
his
on with the chat
radiance
that
to
it dies like
resist.
this.
And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Strait of
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers.
It was airing. It's working
ready
now.
to set
Okay.
upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming.
They'll never see you coming.
This time we moved on the mother crystals.
All right.
Four mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
Back to Drake's Breath?
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde.
Oh, Drake's Breath, not Drake's Head. I mistook the name.
then?
Sounded familiar. Sorry.
My uncle.
What's Drake's Breath?
Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait. Rossfield.
Yes?
And you're a Rossfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune.
So it's his uncle. Trying to team up with his
Along
uncle?
with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Double M says the wars and conflicts in the game seem so pointless. To be honest, doesn't seem like they have any real reason to fight other than because they feel like it. Well, I want you to think of it this way. If you're in a world and there's limited resources and things are starting to corrupt around you called the Blight, right? Would humans fight against each other for what was left, or would they actually try to team up to fix what was going wrong? It's an interesting question, because to some extent, we're probably in the early stages of this today with Earth. I mean, we're running out of fossil fuels and limited resources. Our Earth is becoming polluted. Our climate is changing. What's going to happen in the future? So in a way, this is oddly prophetic, the plot of this game. The question is, you know, how would humans really respond? This game is saying, well, everyone would just say, fuck it, there's no way we're stopping the blight, so let's just kill each other off and take whatever's left. But the stupid thing about it is, you know that basically things are going to run out regardless, you know? So time's going to run out, and resources are going to eventually die, so everything you're doing is futile unless you solve the problem. So, kind of interesting in that regard, I guess. But I'm kind of curious what's going to happen with the plot, and if it's actually going to pan out in any way, or like you said, it's just going to be them all fighting forever for no good reason. So wait, this is the new one, Forevermore, found in a treasure coffer. Here it is, Forevermore. Oh, we've heard this song already. It's a nice song. This is Cock and Balls? No, the fruits of her labor. The fruit of her labors. The cock and balls and the fruits of her labor. Orchestrion the Forge. Arit Stone. We don't have anything for the Forge, right? The hunt board. We should go to the hunt board because we killed the Ahriman, so maybe we'll get a reward for killing the Ahriman at the hunt board. Okay.
That room's as ragged as...
Alright, alright.
So Mather's alright.
Is this the hunt board? This is the hunt board. There's our Moogle friend, Nectar. Clive, there you are. Been looking for all over for you.
What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board? It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
He needs your help. He wants you to... He says, I am the mightiest of all Moogles, a friend of the forest or ghoul of the Greensword. So he wants me to slay everything. Basically, he's saying, go slay all the rare monsters. Alright? I got it. Do we have to accept any of these? So we already did the Ahriman. We also have the Angel of Death. Which one could that be? The Angel of Death. And there's also Belphegor. So that's like a dragon. An optional dragon. I wonder what the Angel of Death is. They don't have a picture of it. So you don't know. Someone said that you'll get rewards from someone standing next to the board. Who, the Moogle? No. Where would you get your rewards from? Vivian?
Here for another of my lectures.
Oh, no, please, no lectures.
Don't let me keep you.
It unlocks later, you don't get it yet? Okay, so there's no one here to give me rewards yet. Maybe later. What's this? Desiree?
Oh, Clive. Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper?
He's so confused.
Does that mean...
The Patron's Whisper?
Someone
Why
else
are
is
the
taking care
Patrons
of our
whispering?
friends' donations?
What are they whispering about? I don't like
That's
secrecy.
still me. It's just Karen has a toll. Blackthorn...
Alright, so what do we do here? Listen to the Patron's Whisper.
Come to claim your just desserts?
Completing side quests earns Clive renown, inspiring nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money to your cause. So she gives you rewards for having done side quests. See this? So when you trade, we have 45 renown. We can either get these contents of 400 ability points and a bunch of crafting items, or we can get a meteorite piece. If we save up later, we can get a berserker's ring. And if we get 100... more donations become available. Yeah, I wonder what that even is. We don't know yet. So I don't want those yet. Yeah, we don't want those yet.
I may have more for you.
Right? Or do we want it? Or is it cumulative?
Oh,
are you guys saying
I
it's
wasn't
cumulative?
All yours.
Oh, it's cumulative. Okay.
You earned this.
So I just get those. Cool.
Best of luck.
All right.
out
So
there,
you're not redeeming it. Or you've already earned it. Gotcha. Cool. We'll come back later when we have more. All right. I don't care about cock and balls. I don't care about fruit of my labor. Let's see where the next story is. Does it show the hunts on the map? Right now, they don't let us go anywhere else regardless. Even if we wanted to do another quest, we can't. See that? We're locked into going to Hawk's Cry Cliff for the next story. So I guess we'll do that right now. Nothing else to do. What's up, Jade? Good to have you here. Welcome back. And, all right. Let's split the part here. Come back for another hour on today's stream and see where the story takes us.